Shalom, shalom, falling ashore. Welcome again to the Rock. Whew. Deuteronomy chapter 20, the start of the chapter, talks about when you go to war. And I believe it's verse 8. It says that the officers are supposed to tell the people, if any of you are fearful or faint-hearted or tender-hearted, go back home, lest the fear that you have transfer to the other men that are getting ready to go to war. And you can't have that. You cannot have that. You can't have people, in the beginning of the chapter it talks about, if you've just taken a wife, or if you've just built a house, or you have a vineyard and you haven't been able to taste the fruit, stay home, lest another man taste the fruit of your vineyard. If you're engaged, stay home, lest another man have your wife. If you just built a house, stay home and enjoy your house. So it says in the book. It's the law. But today, what happens is we have a lot of fearful people talking and transferring their fear to other people, which is what verse 8 was talking about. If you're fearful, hey, stay home, shut up. Essentially, stay home and shut up. The reason why you're staying home and shutting up is so that you do not transfer the fear that you have unto the other men that are getting ready to go fight. See, that's happening today in this faith. There are a lot of people transferring their fear and their doubts onto other people. There are people, well, I can't, I'm scared to leave out of here because if I go out there, what are they going to do to me? And I had that same thing when I moved out here. People kept telling me, well, those white people are going to do this to you. That white people are going to do that to you. Transferring fear. Trying to transfer fear so that I could make the same decision that they were, which is stay in these major metropolitan areas, reservations. Also known as I would go against what Yah told me to do. Same thing I see with sisters today. I see so many sisters that are looking to make large moves in their life, i.e. marriage. They're looking to get married. They're seeking out marriage. They want a covering. I've seen this over the course of the last several years of even me talking on this channel. And what happens is there's some fearful sister, I don't call her sister, fearful woman, who starts transferring her fear. Well, I heard this one time that there was a guy who did this to his wife. Well, I heard one time there was a man who did this. And I heard this one time, and do you really want to turn that over? And do you really want to not have the... And I'm like, why are you transferring your fear? That woman is seeking to obey what the Bible says. She's seeking a head. And here you are transferring your fear unto her. The Bible tells you, go home. Basically, shut up. Go home so you cannot transfer your fear into those that are doing the will of Yah. If you are doing Yah's will, then you should not open yourself to have fear transferred to you. But also at the same time, if you're not willing to do it, don't transfer your fear into somebody else. Men, if you are looking to make these serious moves in your life, come out of her, things like that, and you have somebody speaking fear into you, well, I heard that there was a, and I heard that there was a, and I heard that there was a, and I heard, and why are you trying to transfer that fear into the brother that is trying to and is moving in the path of obeying Yah? You see, we don't have enough men who have the intestinal fortitude, who have the guts to say, I hear what you're saying, but that ain't me. I have to go do this thing because y'all sent me to go do it, period. Instead, the ones that are fearful, they have the biggest voices. They have the loudest mouths. They're the ones that scream and yell the loudest, and they're taking men off the battlefield. They're transferring fear unto the men that were ready to go out into this battlefield and take it on. Instead, the men are fearful and they're falling back. They're going home. When Yah says go, when Yah says charge, they're not willing to charge. They're not willing to go forward because they had these other so-called brothers preaching fear to them, telling them fear. My life has been filled with people telling me it wouldn't be, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Especially since I've been in the faith. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't leave this ministry. I wouldn't move there. I wouldn't talk to that person. What I found out is what they had going on inside of them, they were trying to transfer into me. The fears that they had, and that's what a lot of it is going on today in this faith, is a lot of what our personal convictions are, what we personally believe, we're trying to transfer to other people. My personal fear, I'm going to transfer to that person over there. What I believe, I'm going to transfer to that person over there because I feel this way. See, but I don't feel that way. And what really needs to happen are those that are ready to go to face the battles that we have to face. Those are the ones that should be speaking. I mean, my battles, I mean, the spiritual battles that we have, the internal battles that we're going to have, especially if you're trying to do something like this, come out of her, the uncomfortabilities you're going to feel, the sacrifices you're going to have to make. People are fearing everybody else up. They're riling everybody else up with fear. When right now, we don't need that. All of y'all who are full of fear, stay home. There is something coming on this earth, if not it's already here, that is going to be terrible. Why are you telling people I wouldn't store food because, I heard people, I wouldn't buy land because you can never own it. Wait a minute, so you're telling me that I can never own my land, so I shouldn't buy it? Meanwhile, you're stuck in an apartment paying $1,500, $2,000 a month on something that you can't even alter a wall with. I can come out here and plant a garden. I can come out here and cut a tree. Can you do it in your apartment? Well, you still have to pay taxes. Well, you still have to pay rent and a deposit. And hey, at the end of the day, I can pay my taxes right now. But you're in jeopardy of losing your home. Now, also, I have many different beliefs where I believe Yah will protect his people who have obeyed him. And I've come out of her. But all these fears, they're going to come and do this to you. They're going to come and do that to you. That's your fear. You go home lest you spread that fear amongst the other brothers that are trying to make these moves. Well, I don't want to get married because and I heard a story, and I heard a story, and I heard a story. And what's happened now is because so many men have heard women talking like that, now a lot of men are saying, I've heard a story, and I've heard a story, and men are just as apprehensive of wanting to take a wife. The difference of that whole situation is a man is more apt to be able to take care of himself than a woman is to take care of herself. So at the end of the day, a man can do things that a sister can't do. That's just the reality of it. So in reality, that whole ideology of, well, men need to, or stay away from these men, that's only hurting the ones that are ribs, who don't have a body they belong to. That's hurting the ones who don't have a head. They're the ones who are hurting from this. The weaker vessel. So do not let somebody who is fearful talk into your ear. Do not let that fearful person speak into your ear. What you need to do is listen to those that have done it and are doing it. Listen to the doers. They're the ones you should be paying attention to, lest that other person speak fear to you and now you're afraid to go out and do what needs to be done. Now, I know that verse applies to war, but that verse can apply to so much in life. Because we have so many people who are talking, and they're talking specifically from their hurts, from their fears, from their disappointments in life. What we need to do is we need to focus, brothers and sisters, on where we're supposed to be going and what the Bible says for us to do. Let the fearful ones go home. Don't let them speak to your ears because they sure want to. They sure want to speak to your ears. Because they don't want to be the only one sitting back. It's real nice. Misery loves company. It's real nice when you can speak to other people and those people, you can rile them up and have them be scared, just as scared as you are. I'm scared because, and this, that, and the other. When it's time to go to the front lines of life, you need to go. Or you can sit at home, quietly. And there's nothing wrong. The Bible says, hey, go home. If you're fearful, go home. But it says the reason why you're fearful and you're staying home is so you don't spread that fear to those that are going to go do it. So if you're too fearful to do something, shut up, stay home. Stop talking to the ones that are ready to go do it, that are eager to go do it, that are ready to go and fulfill the will of Yah in their life. Don't store food because, don't listen to those people. Don't listen to those people. They should be home and be quiet. And you have to be able to identify the ones that are too fearful to be on that front line, who have gone home. You should be able to identify that person that's gone home because they're scared. And stop listening to them. Cut them off. Lest their fear transfer to you. And now you're just as scared of the thing that you were eager to do and were energetic to do and had the fire to go do. That fire is going to go out. Why? Because that fearful person over there, you were listening to. And they took that their fear spread to you. And now you are unwilling to do that thing that you know you should be doing. Bless y'all. About to head back, finish this up. Hallelujah. It's almost done. It's almost done. Shalom.